Welcome back to the Delaware Way. Our friends from the Brandywine Zoo are here. Jacque Williamson is the curator of education, and Hannah Pretz is the school program coordinator. What do we have today?
This is Blintz. This is our Mossy prehensile-tailed gecko. This is a type of lizard. These guys do live up in the trees. That's one of the reasons why he's holding on to my hands. It's what we call arboreal. They are from New Caledonia. It's an island off of Australia.
Now, he has been moving the entire time we're here. I mean, what does he want to do, just hide?
Yeah, so these guys are really cryptic. If you look at the coloration on them, they're called mossy prehensile-tailed geckos because they really blend in with the moss that would be growing on the sides of trees. We've actually got 2 of these guys on exhibit now in the zoo. We have 3 brand new reptile exhibits that are on exhibit now, right in the center of the zoo, just a little bit past our tiger. We're really excited about it because it's the first time we've had reptiles on exhibit for a really long time at the zoo, pretty much since our monkey house had the tree fall on it a few years ago. So these guys, along with our prehensile-tailed skinks, and we also have some green tree pythons that are going to be on exhibit as well. But between the 3 of them, we have a really great exhibit collection of lots of different reptiles from the Australasian region of the world that are primarily island species, but are really cool window species that will be exhibited in the zoo now.
There's so many of the animals that are brought here that seem comfortable. He doesn't seem comfortable. he looks, is he scared?
I wouldn't necessarily say scared. I would say maybe nervous. Maybe the lights are making him a little bit nervous. Maybe it's just being in front of the cameras. He's a little camera shy. We actually, since we have these new animals for exhibit, this is not one of our exhibit animals, but Blintz is one of the animals that we use in our education collection. So he's been getting used maybe for 6 months or so now. So we're slowly starting to introduce him to more and more things and more programs. But since he is one of our education animals, he's handled more regularly than the exhibit animals. So he's probably a little bit calmer than the other ones, but just as a species in general, they're going to be an animal that likes to hide a lot and likes to just kind of find a nice little nook or cranny to tuck themselves into during the daytime because they'd be out mostly at night.
Now, Hannah, you said that if you don't hold him like that, he would jump?
Yeah, he would definitely jump right out of my hands, arms wide, fingers open, trying to grab onto anything, just as a way to
You don't know how much I'd love to see that.
It's actually a really great way to move around if you live in the treetops, to just kind of do the flying squirrel leap to move from tree to tree.
So now if you were to let him go right now, he would go to me?
I don't know if he'd necessarily go to you, but he would jump in any direction.
He might go for
towards
those
the plant. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you don't want that to happen because it could injure the gecko, right?
Correct.
Now, are you the one that handles them all the time? Do you take them out and show them?
I'm one of I'm one of the people that handle the animals. Yes.
And when you bring the gecko out, every time somebody talks about the insurance, right? Is that what happens?
You cannot save 15% on your car insurance with this gecko, unfortunately.
But does that happen all the time?
I definitely get that a lot when I take him out on programs, so it's not uncommon.
Mostly the little kids haven't seen those commercials, though, so we're kind of safe in that venture.
It's the adults. You already had jokes here. I mean, when you came in, you already had 3 or 4 jokes here. So what is coming up at the Brandywine Zoo?
So we've got our opening weekend is what we call it, even though the zoo doesn't technically close in the wintertime. It's more or less our spring rejuvenation is what we're calling it on March 12th and 13th. They're all-day events. So we're hoping for nice warm weather for a break from this crummy winter weather that we've been having, and it's a way for us to kind of welcome spring back in and have lots of activities going on in the zoo, learning stations and things like that. And if it's warm enough, we'll have some of our program animals out, whether it be reptiles if it's really warm, or if it's, which we're really hoping for, or if it's just some of our mammals that we have out for people to kind of meet and see as well, that are some of our program animals.
In April, we are celebrating Earth Day on 2 separate days. One of them is the 22nd, which is a Friday. That'll actually be Earth Day for schools, and it runs from about 10 o'clock till 12 o'clock during the day, where schools are invited to come in and they're welcome to explore the zoo on their own. We'll have many staff, volunteers all out throughout the zoo helping to teach the kids about the Earth and the importance of the animals on the Earth and their habitats. And then on the 23rd, we also have Earth Day for the public. So guests are welcome to come in from 10 o'clock to 3:30 and learn a little bit from our volunteers, staff members, keepers. It's a fun, full day of hopefully learning and a lot of the animals.
Oh, great. Well, thank you both for coming in. I appreciate it. Tell Gene we said hi, wherever he's at in the Today Show or Good Morning America. Tell him to say hi to Matt Lauer. Jacque Williamson, Curator of Education, and Hannah Pretz, School Program Coordinator of the Brandywine Zoo. And what was his name again?
Blintz.
and Blintz.
Thanks for
That
having
wraps.
us.
Oh, thank you. Was that the gecko?
Yes.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Larry Mentes. Stick around for another thing.